What is up, everybody? Talk about gorgeous, man. What an awesome day. You would think that more people would be taking advantage of it in my little community, but the basketball hoops are down for social distancing. People, for the most part, in my area really aren't gripped by the fear, but at the same time, even the small amount of students that would have stuck around, the vast majority of them are now gone. And it's just really bare. It's barren. It's unfortunate. So I wanted to talk about some pamphlets and some literature the United Nations has put out with Newspeak on them. You know, no more mankind, it's humankind, and you're not a policeman, you're a police officer. And I know a lot of you probably think, well, that's positive, that's in the right direction. Certainly, I don't think that you should walk up to a woman officer and call her a policeman. You know, obviously not. But to try to change mankind to humankind. And one of the ones that was a little bit even more eye-opening was landlord, right? Landlord to owner. That's really bizarre. You know, back in the day when people were called lords of this and that, or you were a lord of this house, etc., you were the lord of the land if you owned it. But now apparently you're just the owner. You're an owner. And I've seen more and more of this, right? You're not supposed to talk about somebody's husband or wife. Now they're their spouse. And, you know, it's not a girlfriend or boyfriend. It's your partner. And for me, this is just moving that dial along more and more into transhumanism. And the thing is, the United Nations isn't, you know, elected by you and I. It's not an organization really where people can hash out their differences, although, you know, that's how it's presented. Anytime the United Nations is doing any type of legitimate work, unfortunately, it's extremely marginalized, such as when they had the OPCW hearings exposing that there was no chemical attack in Duma. And then at the same time that this administration sits there and talks about the Great Russia hoax, they will say that the evidence, the overwhelming, vast evidence that's presented that there was no chemical attack in Syria in April of 2018, that's Russian propaganda. You see how they'll play both sides of the fence, both sides of the card, and really that's what globalism is all about. Speaking out one side of your mouth and doing another, acting like you're some kind of a benevolent, philanthropic organization when you're just another mechanism of control. And controlling people's thoughts is important to them because that's how they pass more and more of their agendas, their global solutions. I've been talking a lot about globalism today because I think it's right now important and in your face. Now, I'd seen a tweet from somebody the other day where someone was like, is anyone alarmed that the official UN page is now UNNWO.org? And that would be alarming to me if that were the case. Although, you know, isn't that just kind of revelation of the method, despite the fact that we've used that term New World Order in a mostly negative connotation to combat globalism. The globalists themselves seem to be embracing it more and more. So there's this website out there. It's called UNNWO.org. And aside from the site being out there, people have sent me articles from Yahoo Finance where they address it as a legitimate organization. But if you look to that, it's a press release. So what is UNNWO.org? Well, it is United Nations New World Order Project, right? But it's not, as far as I know, fully promoted by the UN itself. It is founded by somebody who was part of the UN Global AIDS Initiative. 75 people watching, 25 thumbs up. Let's get the thumbs up, guys. And to me, that shows that this is somebody who got a taste of predator class minion power, who really wants to just go out and out and put it out there that they want a new world order and wants to lead that project. And here's the thing, guys. The more and more you have a system where people are selected and not elected, they're just hired, you have more and more a system of corruption, more and more a system that no longer has even the, how do I say this? The outward vision, the illusion of oversight. We talk about right now that Christopher Wray is now going to look into the Flynn case all these years later, and he's going to get to the bottom of the corruption. Just like Bill Barr was going to get to the bottom of the corruption, and right now Dugan is going to get to the bottom of corruption, right? Is it Dugan? Is he the guy? Or is that the report they're waiting on right now? That's like the other report, right? No, they let out little tidbits of truth. They classify the majority of it. They keep narratives such as demonizing guys like Julian Assange, which, guys like Julian Assange, they're not the friend of the United States war machine. They're not the friend. Durham, thank you. Yes, John Durham, thank you so much. But yeah, they're not your friend. They're limited hangout losers. And just the fact that Ray still has a job and that they're letting him do this, you should know, limited hangout losers. You should know how the game works when somebody like McCabe walks away scot-free. Meanwhile, if you're paying attention to the Seth Rich case, it's been said that he was the guy that was Seymour Hersh's FBI source that went in and read the FBI file on Seth Rich that confirmed that he was in contact with WikiLeaks. He had set up a payment mechanism with WikiLeaks, and he was, in fact, giving them documentation. Shouldn't that be a huge story? That McCabe may have been a guy like Hersh's source, a guy like Hersh that broke the Abu Ghraib story, but no, that's not even part of it. Let's take a walk. Nobody around. Pretty dead around here. So it shows you how selective both the quote-unquote right-wing mainstream media and the left-wing mainstream media truly is, that they won't even give you a half-baked factual account of what's truly going on. They'll both, for the most part, parrot their own narratives, right? We can't really make Julian Assange into the hero that he is, because he'll probably publish something on our side one day. Oh, wait a minute, he did. That's right, Fox News, that always has guys like Karl Rove on. Oh, every time I see Karl Rove, I want to vomit in my mouth. And yeah, he's propped up as some kind of new hero, just like Rudy Giuliani, one of the main guys that helped cover up 9/11. He's portrayed as some type of hero on that network. And yeah, it's great that the president is tweeting out questions about Joe Scarborough and the possibility that that intern may have been murdered. But whether Scarborough was involved or not, or just compromised because of what happened to that person, looked like a blunt object hit them on the head, fell down, over. Doesn't mean, that anything's going to change. Joe's had that cushy job outside of Congress for how long now? Almost 20 years? Come on. But again, it just shows you how corrupt the whole system is, how it's truly not about left or right, it's about right and wrong. And both sides are going to pin you to the ground and screw you right over. Screw you right over into globalist newspeak, United Nations agendas. And again, the UN is just really a front for a bigger plan, right? It's just another tool, it's just another mechanism like the Council on Foreign Relations, the Trilateral Commission, etc. It's just that public face that brings you things like the World Health Organization. Oh wow, we should listen to the World Health Organization, lock down the world, let's do it. Oh, but there's no human-to-human transmission according to the WHO in January, but their facts are allowed to change because they're authoritative sources. You see how that works? It's not that their science is better, it's not that their information is better, it's that their information serves the purpose of the predator class, and managed in the right way, that same predator class is able to what? Control society and really consolidate power in a way we've never seen before. And that's totally what's going on right now. A huge consolidation of power by using a bioweapon as its tool. I truly believe that. That's the real deal. So thumbs this video up on the way out. Remember, I'm fully demonetized on this platform. We're keeping it going here for as long as we can. Hopefully we don't get kicked off of YouTube. But we're also making our exodus out of New York. I was looking through states just before this, and it's like, man, South Dakota, I want that to be the first place I go. It's so far away because they're just fully open. And I'm looking at some of these other states, and I'm like, am I going to be able to go here June 1st without any kind of restrictions? So we're looking through, we're trying to finalize a route, if you will, to get out there and experience if there's any freedom left in America. Guess we're gonna find out. So guys, I love you, and I'll see you on the flip side.